The man's skin was rapidly disappearing, and soon most of his body tissues vanished. Even his bones became completely transparent. The invisibility experiment had finally succeeded. Though the process was somewhat terrifying, he had obtained the ability he'd always dreamed of. The world's first invisible man had been created. However, becoming invisible was easy. Returning to normal wasn't so simple. In fact, a year earlier, Kevin's research center had successfully developed an invisibility serum. The lab was filled with various invisible animals, but they had never found a way to reverse the process. As the research center's leader, Kevin had worked for 11 months to finally develop a visibility restoration formula. That day, they placed an invisible gorilla on the operating table. As the visibility serum was injected, the gorilla's blood vessels gradually became visible. Although there were some complications during the process, after emergency treatment, the gorilla successfully returned to normal. The experiment's success excited everyone. But Kevin didn't want to report this news to his superiors. To accelerate the research progress, he decided to proceed directly to human trials, with himself as the test subject. Soon after, Kevin selected an appropriate day to begin injecting the invisibility serum. His colleagues in the lab seemed extremely excited, because if the experiment failed, Kevin's Porsche would be theirs. As the serum was administered, Kevin's body tissues gradually became transparent. The entire process looked exceptionally painful, but fortunately, no dangers occurred. 17 hours later, Kevin woke up in bed. His transparent body had stabilized. No one could track him with the naked eye. At that point, a colleague put on thermal imaging glasses and discovered Kevin hiding behind a desk. For the next 3 days, he would be under close monitoring to gather critical experimental data. His bedroom was also equipped with thermal imaging devices to pinpoint Kevin's location and prevent accidents. Initially, everyone was immersed in the joy of success, but before long, they gradually realized just how terrifying it was to have an invisible person in their midst.